The volume's on. That should not be on. Let's not do that. Hey, we made it.
Hello.
I'm chewing. We really should take the candy off the table that time.
You tempted me.
It's not my fault.
I see a Twix and I can't resist.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, we're back with another Regrettable Reviews.
We're back with a fresh watch for the both of us. For I think the first time.
That's pretty exciting. It's the first time we've both been new to a movie. And I'm curious to see how that turns out, you know?
I had fun with this.
Oh, let me start it.
Yeah, I was about to say, we could get that rolling, please.
So let me start off. I'm going to be honest and up front. I'm not pointing fingers or blaming anybody, but the movie was picked a little later than normal.
That was on me, 100%.
And I was on call this week for work, and I was just so hectic.
Oh, no.
So I started this movie. Regrettably, I actually did not finish it. So I'm going to, for like the last little bit of it, kind of lean on you to fill in the gaps for me, because there's things I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going here with that. Or
I can 100% do that, and I apologize from the very bottom of my being.
It's absolutely not entirely your fault. You know, like I said, I just got too busy. I started watching it. Too much stuff was going on.
I also had a lot of things going on, which is why I kept forgetting.
No, hey.
But also, this was watched on the recommendation of my lovely partner, Kyle, so thanks, dude.
Whoop, whoop. Definitely thanks. Let's get right into it, because this opened up.
I would aesthetically in love with this.
10 out of 10, the aesthetics. I was like, I don't know, Blade Runner, but also like detective noir.
It's neo-noir,
also, yeah.
It's retrofuturism, it's art deco, which is just an aesthetic that I love, like, to begin with. So, just looking at this, I was having a fantastic time.
And then the pocket watch, it's zooming in on it. One thing that was jarring but pleasing, which came up in the trivia, and once you hear it, it's hard to unsee it. This had the most scene changes per second per minute.
That is what Kyle told me. There's like almost
1.8 seconds to a scene.
Yeah,
before there's
like
camera
the
change.
Average. There's the shot length.
Or shot length.
Shortest shot length.
Before they cut to a different shot. Yeah. It didn't bother me when I was first watching it, but once you hear that number, you're like,
once
yep.
you see it. But I mean, it makes sense. It's a very It's not. I wouldn't say it's not like action-packed, fast-paced. It's like it gains a lot of narrative weight very quickly. It's like, okay, like we open up and then we got this happens. It's not like, wall-to-wall explosions or whatever. But there's a lot of plot points in a very rapid series.
To the point where I don't know why they felt the need to do the narration at the beginning.
See, Kyle had this on disc.
And it's not on that, yeah.
And there was a director's cut, which, like, one of the only changes of the director's cut is removing that. And that's the version we watched. So.
Good call. Yeah, no, so there's like an opening 30-second narration from Kiefer Sutherland explaining he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Which really...
And who the strangers are.
I kind of don't like that they would say that he's a bad guy, because that removes...
Well, he doesn't necessarily say bad guy. He's just like traitor to his kind or something.
Whatever, man. Also, this bathroom is really giving The Shining.
Yes. Yup. Like the swinging light.
Yeah.
Everything about this. It's just... visually stunning.
It's visually stunning, and honestly, like, this is me getting way ahead of myself, but my, like, concluding feeling about this, just, like, in a sentence, is, like, just kind of lamenting that, like, I don't think we're ever gonna get anything this fucking weird again.
Yeah.
That wasn't, like, it was kind of, like, it was I'd never heard of this.
I didn't hear of it either. And this is
like,
right in my coming of age,
And this wasn't something that I really, like, knew about. It was like, oh yeah, like this movie that's so, like, visually unique and all this stuff. You totally got, like, I had never heard of it.
I don't know if I would have appreciated it though when it came out.
And I don't know about that either. Or, like, having seen this at that age, but I definitely appreciated it now.
Yeah.
And I get just like, we're never gonna get anything this weird again that isn't like, that's outside of the like art house realm of film.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
we'll get
is
weird
really...
things,
We'll get weird things, but they'll be like, you know, your inaccessible Tribeca, your Sundance, your Cannes, which, and as a person who really does appreciate those things, they have their place, but I don't think we're ever, like, we have passed the time period where any studio will take a risk on anything that isn't an IP, which fucking sucks. But, like...
I mean, yeah. I was gonna counter that, but you did say that isn't an IP. If you hadn't said that, I'd be like, I challenge you. Borderlands happened, and look at that.
Yeah, but they're never gonna take a risk on something as weird and original as this again, outside of the, like, indie film circuit, and I think that really fucking sucks.
Yeah, because we won't ever get these, like, cult classics anymore.
Yeah.
We will never have another cult classic. We will just have blockbuster movies or bombing movies. We won't ever have something where people maybe ease their way into it.
And the thing
30
is,
years later,
I don't necessarily think that a box office bomb is always a bad film. Like, there are definitely examples that prove to the contrary.
Right. I didn't mean it that way, yeah.
And there are also, like, you know, films with a ton of depth that provoke a lot of thought with, like, you know, very, you know, highbrow stuff. That also
tends to be more artsy, though.
It tends to be more artsy, but also things like that can make a shit ton of money. Like, we've recently, like, Oppenheimer. Like, yeah, the whole Barbenheimer thing definitely helped, but, like, it's amazing that even with it being a meme, that many people went to go see a 3-hour movie about the life of the man, of, like, the father of the atom bomb.
Yeah. I was going to say memeing might have, like, made that, but then I realized we memed the hell out of modern movies like Borderlands, like I said. That was memed before it hit theaters. People were like, this is going to be bad like the games. Mm-hmm. Which sometimes drives people to go see it.
Yeah,
it
no.
did not in this
really
case.
did not. So, like, the two worlds aren't mutually exclusive. Like, and, like, you know, there are box office hits that fucking suck.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely box office hits that suck. Titanic is watchably good, but it is not...
Titanic is...
so high. It shouldn't have grossed so high.
Impressive in its scope.
Yeah.
That I think, like, hell
I'll
yeah.
say that.
They did all this... They put all this effort into just making a shot look good and just, like, executing this story, like, reasonably well. Sure, fucking sign me up.
Or, like, Avatar, which is just Pocahontas or
But
Ferngully.
At the fucking time,
Or...
you see that in 3D? Woo!
I've still
Goddamn.
never seen it.
I feel like the only time to have seen it was in 3D at the time it came out.
Yeah, I agree. Because once it got hyped so big, and I also didn't care about that. When I see clips of it, the acting doesn't even look good.
Hey, Brooks is here. Hi, bestie. I'm rocking the shirt that you made me. I love it so much. Thank you.
She has bragged about that for at least 5 whole minutes.
I fucking love it, man.
Well, it is repugnant.
Anyway. There it is. But yeah, I am in love with this movie aesthetically.
Yes. This is everything I want in every movie ever. If you can make this, like, style, your story can fit that, I probably like your movie better.
And the thing is, like, for me, it was evoking some of the retrofuturism of Fallout. Because this is, like...
Totally buy it.
They mash up design elements, honestly, pretty well, but they take design elements from the 1920s Art Deco all the way up to the 50s with some of the cars and, like, the diner aesthetics.
Yes.
So they take cues from all these different decades. So there are parts of this for me that do evoke the kind of retrofuturism of Fallout, but it's all sleazier, which, like, is sort of part of just the neo-noir, or just the noir genre in general, whether that's the original noir period or neo-noir.
Yeah. It's sleazy, but, like, in a good way.
I did not watch this movie, and I know nothing about it, but I will have strong opinions. I was going to say, nice shirt.
I don't know who...
These are all things that Brooks...
Brooks!
I'm Brooks's proxy now that she's in
right.
chat. I think for the first time. Hi. Thanks. Finally.
Yeah, right? As far as complaints for this movie, I'm really hard pressed because like
I don't have a ton. I didn't like their choice of effect for the tuning, the telepathic powers.
oh, they're just like warbly water ripple kind of look.
Yeah, I wasn't nuts about it.
But I mean, for 1998,
It's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
Also,
But
Jennifer
yeah.
Connelly.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't mind if I do.
The only casting choice that I questioned in the whole movie, and I feel horrible about it, is Kiefer Sutherland.
Here's the thing.
I don't buy him this way.
Don't necessarily know if I buy him this way, but I don't even think it was for lack of effort on his part.
He did what he could.
He
This
did
is what
he
they
could,
asked for.
because I thought like the odd cadence for the Doctor character, like it kind of worked. Like, yeah, of course he's like that crazy, like, you know, they're trying to do the crazy, like, oh, rubbing his hands together, like they're evoking
Absolutely.
that. So like, yeah,
Mad
having
scientist.
him talk in like a kind of odd rushed pattern, like, yeah, it works. Maybe it wasn't the role for him, but he did what he could with what he was handed.
He put 110% into this role.
Yeah.
But
So like,
it's probably the worst casting because he's on the screen the most for other
yeah.
characters.
And I was
that
trying to
like.
think of who I might put in there.
Christopher Lloyd, but that'd be too goofy, and he was in too many things at that same time.
Okay, what about this though? Christopher Lee.
Too confident. I don't. Christopher Lee cowering to someone seems so shocking to me.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's it. That's the only reason, because when he first meets up with the Watchers. No, Strangers.
Strangers.
Yes, the
There you go.
Strangers.
Which, that I also liked, because, like, yeah, that sure is what they fucking are.
They're otherworldly creatures or other dimensional creatures
Yeah.
that are strange to hear. Yeah.
I kept thinking this guy was Ralph Fiennes, even though I know it's not, just because he kind of looks like him in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay, I could see that. The Grand Budapest Hotel being quite a bit after this, right? Wasn't
Oh,
Grand
God,
Budapest
yeah.
like 2012? 2009?
2012 sounds about right.
Doesn't matter. That's William Hurt.
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure.
I am aware
He
that
may be before your time by a little bit,
No.
but you should still know who William fucking Hurt is.
well, 2014. We were
Oh,
close.
so close.
Thank you for the production note, Chris.
It's a lot of what I do when I'm over there. That and push buttons.
I love that for you. I gotta start learning. Maybe I'll sit in some night, learn how to produce.
It's really just pushing buttons and being snarky.
Yeah,
I
love being. My favorite part is being in chat, just saying dumb shit.
I think I could pull that off.
So yeah, I didn't think of anyone that I confidently would recast, so I'm fine with it because it's Kiefer Sutherland. And I
God
fucking
damn it!
love
I
Kiefer
had
Sutherland.
something in the car. Oh, I had my Break the movie recast.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who it was?
Yeah, it was Nicolas Cage's Murdoch.
Okay, but see, we agreed to only one use of Nicolas Cage, and there was another person we said, and I'd have to look back at the chat to find it.
Brooks
Wait,
just
what?
recommended it a moment ago.
Oh, you never go full Cage.
Thanks, Mom. I don't remember that rule, but I'm sure it happened.
Yeah, because I just
We get one ever?
no. One like I was gonna say a year, but I feel like that might be too stringent. But we only do 2 episodes a month, so like
Yeah.
I would say like one every few months. Just don't do it a lot. Don't
That's
cheat
fair.
and
Yeah,
use
that
Cage
i-
to break a movie.
That is kind of cheating, but I feel like, because here's the thing, Nicolas Cage is the Beyblade of actors. He is best in situations where you can let him rip,
Oh yeah, just like
and I think he would have given 110% with this. He just would not have been a good fit.
yeah.
And like that's my perspective from which I'm breaking it. I'm not like, oh, it'd be so easy for him to do a shit job. Like he'd try,
you want to break this movie?
he just wouldn't fit.
Christopher Lloyd instead of Kiefer Sutherland, but he does full Doc.
I feel like that's too easy, but yes.
Just full. It's like mad scientist, but goofy. So that like the whole tone of the movie is just lost
Yeah.
every time he's on screen, which is a fucking lot.
Yeah, I think that would mess you up.
It's that or you recast John, which is what you did. I didn't want to do the same thing.
I don't know. I don't know about who I would put to improve. Anyway, See, a lot of the things that I have written down, or at least a fair amount of the things that I have written down, are things that didn't make sense to me at the time.
But then as the movie
went on, because I was like, oh, the different receptionists saying the exact same things? That's weird, which is explained.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And, like, you know, the spiral prints carving them into, like, you know, the spiral fingerprints carving them into the corpse, all that kind of fun stuff. And, like, again, this person looks different from when we first meet it. Like, it's all very interesting.
I don't know why, but that guy, that one scene kind of looked like Michael Caine.
A little bit, yeah.
It's just the lighting, I think, on his face, but...
I don't know.
What kind of serial killer stops to save a fish?
I liked that he saved the fishy. I was really upset.
Right, and I like that cop, the rookie cop guy, goes and saves the fish.
You love to see it.
Because even in this dystopian future,
Mm-hmm.
oh, fishy.
Yeah, again, like, just like, oh, did he break that with his mind? We learn, yes. This was also really, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself in the movie here, but
that's fine.
That scene where they're, like, in the sort of the stranger's realm, dwelling, whatever you want to call it, where they congregate, and they have that giant face that's, like, on the wall. It's giving both Metropolis and The Wizard of Oz at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
And it's also, again, why we have Pinhead out here. They really are giving Cenobite.
I agree.
Like, the trench coats, the pale skin, all bald.
It could almost be just like another head of the same coin instead of, you know, torture.
Yeah.
Sadism.
Yeah, or like,
masochism.
you know, weird fucked up experimentation.
It's psychological experimentation instead of physical.
Why is my safe search turned on in chat?
Womp womp.
No, I have to...
We feel you're viewing some very unsavory websites.
Why is the... I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the difference in the Twitch chat between my phone and the monitor up there. Why is Pinhead blurred on my phone?
Oh.
How did that get flagged?
Well, it's not flagged on our end, buddy. You did that.
But why? But here's the thing. Even if I forgot to, like, turn the safety filter off, why would Pinhead...
It's an insult. Pinhead means an idiot.
Oh. I don't... That just
More
feels
than
so,
an
like,
idiot, but,
unfashioned. Like, or old-fashioned, jeez.
Yeah, but if you've got filters out there for stuff, you don't get rid of them because otherwise people will just start using old slang again.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Point
we don't
taken.
want any of that malarkey.
Point taken.
I don't want to be boondoggled like that.
And, you know, quickly establishing this whole thing with Shell Beach being, like, this place that everyone seems to have heard of and has
But nobody knows
memories of, but no one actually knows how to get there.
Yeah, that's... I love it. I don't know. I just...
And, like, this is where I was, like, saying, like, there's a lot of... They combine a lot of aesthetic cues from different decades, because, like, the postcard looks very 50s with, like, the, you know, high-waisted polka dot bikini, the, like, matte painting.
Yeah.
But the city itself has that, like, Art Deco 20s and 30s feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rufus, what is it, Sewell?
Sewell, yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that name off the top of my head
I
when
didn't
I was
either.
looking the movie up. And then I saw one picture and I was like, oh, I know him. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. But I was just like, who? But he's been in so much.
I thought he was kind of cute.
Yeah. I don't know why he didn't get more, like, big roles that we
Oh,
would
see, I,
recognize him
like,
from.
recognize him more when he's older.
Yeah. Well, I've recognized him first from A Knight's Tale.
Oh, I've
He was
seen The
the
Illusionist. That's honestly a
baddish
pretty
guy.
good movie.
And The Illusionist, yeah, he was in that as the Crown Prince. And that makes total sense. But it just... I was trying to figure out if I was going to like this movie or if you were messing with me.
I picked this on the Letterboxd description alone.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't sound terrible, except for when you're reading the description, it tells them the strangers. It doesn't sound as cool as after you meet them.
Yeah, but also, like, it really doesn't give much away. Like,
Right.
by saying, like, it's not like they're, like, an actual mystery, so... Or, like, the existence of them, or who
Yeah.
they are, or whatever.
And that's podcasting.
I think you paused the movie, bud.
Oh, boop. Yeah, I wouldn't recast.
No, honestly, I don't think, unless I'm trying to break the movie.
Right, exactly. Because
Also, it took me a deeply fucking embarrassing amount of time to realize that one of the strangers is, in fact, the Richard O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, we have to get our tickets for the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
When is it?
It is... have it in my email. It is October... what? One moment, please. October 21st.
Okay.
At 7 p.m.
Okay. We should get our tickets.
We should
And then
100%
I have to
get our
start
tickets.
lingerie shopping.
You have to start lingerie shopping. We will be debriefing in costume after the we go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and maybe if everyone is good, we'll live stream me putting Arthur into drag.
Oh yeah.
Before we go to the Rocky Horror.
I forgot about that. Yes, everyone behaves really nicely until then.
Yeah, if you're all very good,
then you get
then
a
you
reward.
get a bonus stream on the same night. Anyway.
Hey, you could come. Don't be jealous.
Yeah, get your ass over here.
It's months away. Plan.
You can figure it out. You're a big girl. What is it? I aim to misbehave. Love it.
Oh yeah, you still haven't seen Firefly.
I have not.
I could do the movie as one of the movies for this because it is for sure sci-fi, but
Would you say it's self-contained enough?
kind of.
Because
I saw it first. I
that's
didn't see the
fair.
show live. I saw the movie first. The show didn't sound interesting to me based on a very vague and not good description that was given to me in 2001 when it was new.
It happens.
And so then years later, when the movie came out, I saw that in theaters and I was like, "Oh, that's actually really good." And I went back and watched the show.
You'll have that. Yeah, again, like with the one with the big hanging face and also it splitting open to reveal this green clock face. That was very much giving like a fucked up Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Which,
Everything's just fucked up though. Fucked up something.
Fucked up something. And this is neither here nor there, but sometimes I will rewatch The Wizard of Oz and be like, oh yeah, I understand now why like so many fucking influential filmmakers are like, yeah, this rewired my brain on impact.
I think we said this last episode, but I've never seen Wizard of Oz. I've seen many like offshoot things,
There's no such thing as a fun fact about the making of The Wizard of Oz. I'll tell you
I
that
know.
right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I know. Miserable movie.
Horrible time for literally everybody involved. But God, I feel it's so cliche to like agree with this thing, but it kind of is a fucking masterpiece. They really popped off with that one. I see why like people like David Lynch, for example, saw that when they were like a kid and are like, oh,
Yeah. I'm gonna do this.
yeah, just even weirder.
I saw a recent meme of Wizard of Oz, and it was Dorothy trotting off, and the other three were standing there, and the Scarecrow says, "When I get a brain, do you think I'm going to realize how weird it is that 3 grown men are hanging out with a teenage girl?"
Possible. And yeah, again, like here in my notes, I have like everything just stops at midnight. For how long? Why? We don't really necessarily get the how long. It kind of becomes a like as long as it takes.
Yeah.
Or like it implies a sort of as long as it takes, but we get the why so they can recalibrate the world to their liking.
Right. They're slowly manifesting the world they want.
Yeah. And oh, what the hell else was I gonna say? God damn it. Why do I do this to myself? Oh, this is another one of those things that's just neither here nor there. Man, it must have been such a pain in the ass to wear a prosthetic over your eye like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
That would
Any face makeup.
that would just be really well.
Prosthetics, I should say.
Have you ever seen The Elephant Man?
Well, that's a real dude.
That is a real no, but like, have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so like John Hurt on that movie would film like every other day because the makeup process was so intense.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. Jim Carrey had to like get
Undergo like CIA torture survival training
because
for
of his
the
makeup.
Grinch makeup.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was like being waterboarded for 8 hours to get the costume on.
I think the makeup for Elephant Man took like 10 hours or something.
Ugh.
Fucking ridiculous. But like even John Hurt didn't say that about that experience.
Yeah.
So like, man, wow.
No, thank you.
No, thank you indeed. Yeah, this. You know what? I was like shocked how many things that I looked at this and I saw something else. Like again, Metropolis, Wizard of Oz, fucked up Fallout. Also, have you played Arkham City, Batman Arkham City?
No,
This
I've
is-
seen stuff from it. But...
This is giving Arkham City
well, this is
like-
very the dark side of Batman
to an insane
because
degree.
it's noir.
Yeah.
That's all Batman. Batman is Dick Tracy in a costume.
Yeah. But yeah, just the whole time
I
I
said
was
it.
like, I got nothing to say to that. Sure, why not?
I'm not challenging you. I know someone out there's going to be offended that I just said Batman is just Dick Tracy.
I have a person in mind. I'm probably wrong.
I'm sure there's many.
Yeah.
As though we have a large viewership. That,
No, I'm
tunes
thinking of a
in.
person that you know, that we both know personally, that I think it could be.
Oh, yeah, that would probably piss.
Anyway. What else? And this is one of those things that I'm getting way ahead of myself here. They never really... They kind of let this linger, and, like, it works. But, like, why do the strange... Well, I guess they do kind of give you that. They, like, want to become human so that they can have individual... Or, like, become more like humans so that they can have individual experiences. But, like...
Right.
I guess it's one of those things where it's like, how would you even know to miss it if it's something that you can never experience?
You know what broke my brain right on the beginning of this movie? We just got past the scene a little bit ago.
He gave his bracelet to Godzilla.
Oh, that's awesome.
The network bracelets.
The network bracelet's right there. My son wanted mine.
Oh no. I mean, he can have it. I'll make you another one.
Right, yeah, no, it's just he thought it was cool because all the colors and everything, and I said, "Well, it's for Daddy's podcasting friends,"
Hell yeah.
and he was very excited about it.
Tell him I'll make him one.
Okay.
Whatever colors he wants. Anyway.
What was I gonna say? Oh, why did these beings who don't like water choose a water-based planet?
Perhaps we are the one thing they know of that does have an individualized experience of
Oh,
the
that's
world.
true. They're trying to mimic something else.
Something that they want.
Right. So without us as a template.
And I mean, frankly, they
Okay.
do. They have as little water as they can get away with here. Like they're, they have these. Like, people give these
wow.
like ocean memories, but
Yeah.
like, there's no actual ocean. There's just
It's
like the
just-
water that's necessary to sustain human life.
Well, when Dr. Schraber is, on screen and the stranger comes in to meet him, and he's in that giant ass like communal Roman pool style thing. That's when he says, like, it's bold of you to have me meet you around so much water when
Yeah.
you know we hate water. I feel like that was only in the scene for that.
I mean, probably, but also, I don't know. I don't know if you could like keep humans human and like hide the existence of any bodies of water, even if they're artificial. So maybe just keep it to what we can control.
Yeah, yeah.
But what do I know? I gotta say, I didn't notice this until it was, spoken as a plot point. It is always dark.
I mean, noir.
Yeah, but again, and and maybe that's why it didn't register as something unique that they were going to like say out loud as a part
Oh.
of the story, because noir is always dark.
But it is weird when a character, it's not quite breaking the fourth wall, but like references something that's so obvious, but you may have not paid attention to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I realized we never even put numbers on this yet.
So I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd,
Oh, okay. All right. Out of 5, that's a big difference.
and I'm trying to think about, because sometimes just doubling your rating doesn't feel quite right. We talked about this
Yes.
with Long Legs. I think I might give, actually, I think a 6 is pretty accurate in this case.
For rewatchability or for like what it does for the art form?
I think 6 for rewatchability. Honestly, for what it does for the art form, I might give it either the same or like a point higher, because I just it's individual things that you've seen before. You've seen a noir. You've seen, the Cenobites. You've seen various other things. But the mashup is... But have you seen them all in the same room and have it work, not just be like someone's weird joke? So I honestly think I probably would also give it a 6 or a 6.5 for what it does, because it definitely does something.
So...
Also, like, killer leaving spirals, like, the first example of that I was personally exposed to was Saw, but
okay,
this is before that.
Yeah, it's well before that, yeah.
So it
so
clearly had an impact.
I didn't,
even if it was kind of a
movie.
subtle one.
So for me, rating like rewatchability, I also would have gone like 6.5. But I don't know, because I don't know if it ended poorly. That can really break a movie for me.
I don't think it ended poorly.
Like
but
it
that's
did
also
justice to the story it built.
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
but that's also pretty
it's not
subjective.
like a 2.5-hour movie. Though.
Yeah.
Like if it had been, I would think they wasted a lot of time. This is an hour 40?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, something like that.
So I think that they wrote a good story and stayed in the bounds of that good story. So I'm going to leave it at 6.5 and just say, when I do finish it, if it's dramatically different, I'll let you know. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
How
far did you get? Just so I don't say anything.
It would be like a timestamp. I couldn't even tell you like what was going on.
Okay, never mind.
I'd say like I got about an hour 10 in.
Sure. Anyway, what were we saying?
So for what it does for the art form, I'm not as widened into more dramatic pieces, which is where a lot of noir would end up and everything. So this was very big in that realm for me. And
film noir is like the OG movement is especially fun because you can just put on any single one that checks the boxes to be a noir, and you are just all but guaranteed to watch a stunningly shot black and white movie that's like 70 minutes long about hot people killing each other.
That sounds fucking dope.
I took a class on film noir in college. Oh my god, I had the best time ever. That was one of my favorite film classes.
So, I don't know, like, because I don't know what's new is what I'm trying to get at. Like, for sci-fi, I can say,
actually,
it did
maybe
some decent stuff.
Here's the thing. I might knock it down a little bit to a 5 for what it does, because you're right. It doesn't have necessarily all that original of an idea. Like, again, we have the mad scientist, we have Cenobites, we have the noir city.
Right.
But again, who would have fucking thought to put those together? Certainly not me.
But does that actually improve the art form? It makes the movie better.
Here's the thing. I think it does a little bit because I think it provides an example of how some things that maybe like you write them all in a sequence on paper. You write them all in a sequence on paper and you're like, oh fuck, no way that would ever work. But you can. If you have a vision, and like maybe it does sound weird when you tell it to somebody else or when you write it down, but if you know that you can make it work, do it. I think providing an example of that does something for the art form. Like, does a lot for the art form. Like, any example...
Well, these chimeras.
Any example that your weird shit could work and is worth making...
So that's actually...
progresses any art
none of
form
it is
a
new,
lot.
but it together is new. And for that, yes, I will say that progresses the art form by allowing... while they still were able to before the modern blockbuster.
And that's not just like specifically to this kind of like, to sci-fi, to noir, to horror, to crime thriller, whatever.
Blending.
But like when people first started, they made a musical out of American Psycho. And that, I have very nuanced opinions about this. I was going to write a term paper on it, but then the class pivoted, so...
Didn't the author say that it didn't really translate to film either anyway, though? So already we were in tried something new.
But something, again, two things that you would never fucking think to put together. It was not like Broadway being as unfucking forgiving as it is. It wasn't a flop. Like, it didn't last super long, but some of the best musicals I've ever listened to didn't last that long.
Yeah. again, modern day blockbusters, they run for a whole season.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who's trying something new, which may have 20 years ago been one of those blockbusters, or 40 years ago been one.
Actually, I could
screen.
write an essay about how if that musical had premiered on Broadway like 4 months later, it would have fucking soared. But that's a whole nother show.
We've got space on the week on the docket. You know, we could put another show in.
Who wants to talk musicals with me, Bestie?
I like musicals.
I love that.
I have very targeted opinions about musicals.
Yeah, that would be another example of art house asshole and general enjoyer.
It's like the religious versus secular take on things.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
something like that.
you have your scripture and you believe in it because of it, whereas I'm coming from a logic standpoint and just demolishing.
Yep. I can't even say that you're wrong, but
It's okay. I do it the same with my fandoms.
this I liked. I just thought this was fun. The like taking this like the fact that this working class family gets like adjusted into like the aristocracy.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
Man, the clocks. And I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
after reading that fact about the shot length, it is jarring.
Yeah, it really is. But here's the thing, though. As I'm here watching this again, like, it fits. Again,
Right.
it's not wall-to-wall action, but it gains narrative speed and weight very rapidly.
I think that's why they were able to keep it down short, is because, but again, coming from like a film reviewer perspective,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's great. I think it, when I wasn't paying attention to it, added to the jarring nature and the tension of the film,
Yeah.
which is good. It was a way to, without having to have loud bangs, or, you know.
Brian
jump scares.
Clockface was the worst member of GWAR. Did I tell y'all that I'm going to see GWAR?
Oh,
They're going to Empire Live, baby.
okay. Well, I'm not the one to go to that with you. That
That's-
might be Nick.
Entirely fair, but I am very excited to get sprayed with fake alien blood.
Yeah,
It's going to be a good time.
and or
Jizz.
semen. Yeah.
I didn't know if I should go with that right away.
No, we led into it. It was nice. It was subtle.
Beautiful. Also, yay, someone who's played Arkham City. That is one
It's
of
a
my
big
favorite
game.
video
It's just-
games.
I'm very behind on games.
That's valid.
And then I replay games because they get new versions.
I'm both
because-
behind on games and not. This I loved. This sort of
Twisty,
twisting buildings like growing out of the ground
Was
almost
that
organically.
practical or CGI?
I think it might have been a combination of both.
I think so too. I think that there was a practical model.
And then they were like, okay, now we have to do the actual buildings spurting out of the ground.
It's like the straight ones sprouting out of the ground's got to be practical.
Yeah, just a.
But the twisty one might have been, here's a practical model and we're going to use CGI.
And
to
again,
kind of warp
this
it. This looks practical to me.
CGI or like practical enhanced by CGI is how it always should have been and always should be, in my humble opinion.
Alien
Like,
Romulus is supposedly all practical effects enhanced by CGI.
if that's true, I'm
I
a
haven't
little
seen
more.
Covenant yet. I'm a huge Alien.
I've only seen the first Alien.
Oh. So you would say it's the best Alien movie you've ever seen?
We've been over this
Yes.
Multiple times.
Yes.
I don't
found
know.
someone who will agree with me.
I am not letting you poison my experience viewing the rest of the Alien
I'm gonna
films.
Be honest, this is a very fun argument to have.
And I'm sure
I love
it is.
both movies.
But I don't want
No,
want
I'm
preconceived
not try-
notions
right,
going
no.
in.
I'm just saying it's another scenario where like movie 1 and movie 2 have different genres.
Mm-hmm.
So like Indiana Jones. When you go from Raiders of the Lost Ark to Temple of Doom,
There's definitely a tonal
one is
shift.
just an adventure film. This is the first one is like adventure, drama, alternate history. The second
Yes.
one is just an adventure film.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no drama tension. It's just a fun adventure film.
Although I will say Temple of Doom is probably the one I've watched the least.
Yeah, because it's the worst. That's what I'm saying.
I have not seen it enough times to here's the
At
thing.
least there's Nazis in Crystal Skull.
I have not seen that movie enough times as like an adult who wasn't just watching it because she was a 10-year-old girl with a crush on Harrison Ford. I would need to actually like sit down and have like adult thoughts and feelings about it before I could make that
We
call.
can't watch it together if you're going to be having adult feelings about Harrison Ford. Which, I mean, fair.
Harrison Ford was my first crush. Set me up for a lifetime of DILF enjoyership.
he definitely was on the men can be very pretty and attractive for me. But so was Luke.
Oh yeah, but he's like farm boy hot. And I'm not
He's
just saying
not,
that because
though.
of the character. No, he has that like golden retriever boy attractiveness.
But see, golden retriever usually describes like a California surfer dude, not
He's got the hair.
farm. Iowa farmhand, I feel, would be much more handy than Luke. Which they show him being Okay, so now we're getting into Star Wars deep lore, but they show him being super handy at the beginning of the movie. He's like fixing his own stuff and cleaning
And then
the
they just
droids.
kind of never talk
And then
about
from
it
that
again.
point forward, he's like a useless noob, and Han has to fix the Millennium Falcon by himself.
Okay.
Well, I'm just a kid.
But here's the thing.
So
If
weird.
you maybe you can fix your car, but you can't fix like a fucking jumbo jet, which is
You mean the thing he's been studying because he wants to go to the Imperial Academy and become a pilot? He wouldn't know a lot about that?
Oh, I was talking about the Millennium Falcon specifically.
Oh, that particular freighter. Well, I don't think a lot of people know how to operate on a YT-1300 freighter.
You know more lore than I do, bud. Nice.
I read most of the books.
I can't even blame you.
There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I know.
Ooh! Oh my god, we're way ahead of ourselves. We're talking about Star Wars, but there's fan theories and stuff. We'll get into that later on.
Okay.
I want to finish talking about this movie. We've been off for a while about that, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing, though.
What else is there to say?
I've kind of reached the end of my notes that don't pertain to the parts that you have yet to see.
Oh, it's okay for you to talk about them, though.
Oh, okay. So
This
one,
is my fault.
there was a whole thing where it's like, we reached like the edge of this world, and like I was like, oh, like you reached the map edge in a video game. It was just giving that, and
Hashtag flat Earth is real.
oh, also, when they zoom out and they show this whole like world city, essentially. One, it's a spiral like the fingerprints and like that, like what was being carved into the corpses, and two, it looks like the doctor's rat maze.
Which, yes, yes.
But
One scene, but it's there, and it's well lit to make sure you know what it looks like.
one of my kind of final thoughts about this was just for the ending, and I'll keep it kind of vague. I like how the entire world wasn't like raised. It was just made like a little kinder and a little brighter. Like I feel like that's the most realistic.
Can we get strangers?
Huh?
To make the world a little kinder
Yeah,
and a little
please,
brighter?
holy fucking shit.
Can you just come here
Help.
with your creepy
We're
hands and your
begging.
water magic and...
It's such a mess.
Yeah, we have too much dark.
Yeah.
I
Help.
like dark. I like it in stories.
Help us.
Please.
Anyway, but yeah, he does have a touch of himbo. You're so right. But
Thank you.
I was talking about Luke Skywalker.
Did we know? Okay? Everybody knows.
Well, you're also married.
Himbo doesn't mean anything. It just means bimbo, but a dude.
Have you seen the Matrix, where it's like himbo, herbo, bimbo, bimboy? Which is like,
Huh.
because a herbo is a strong, beefy, stupid, but respectful woman.
So that'd be a boy bow if it's a...
I think bimboy scans better. But like a male Elle Woods, that's a bimboy.
Okay.
And like himbo, like they're beefy. Like bimboys are twinks.
Yeah. Bimboy twink, himbo Chad.
Yeah.
We're
We're having
using
a
words.
productive conversation.
These are words.
Anyway,
Something about a skivvy toilet and Riz, I think.
Riz, I think, is about where my understanding has. Well, no, that's incorrect. Because like I get the whole Brat Summer thing, and the whole demure thing.
I've heard about the demure thing. I'm sure I would understand in context because the word has a meaning, and even if it's slightly skewed, it
Yeah.
usually has context.
So I'm not entirely out of the loop yet, and I am doing my best. You have to actively resist boomerism at every turn, and I'm so serious about this. I've seen so many fucking Gen Zers speed running the Summer of Love hippie to Reagan voter pipeline, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. Be chill, Jesus Christ.
And that's podcasting. Chris, TM. That's what he says every time he does
I've
it.
taught you well.
Oh yeah, no.
I do it without even thinking.
No,
now.
that happened to us when we were like lost the thread on Fighting with Friends the other day. And he was just like, that's what we call quality podcasting. We had a couple seconds of dead air. Whoopsies.
Oh God, we were talking about something, then I lost it. Oh, boomerism. I thought when you were saying that you have to avoid the boomerism, I thought you were meaning like how millennials are the first of the generations to not go, you know what? The next generations all suck.
Yeah.
Boomers trashed X and millennials. X is having a real hard time accepting Z and A.
Yes. But no, yeah, you have to
They accepted us millennials, but
you have to actively resist boomerism at every single phase of your life, and everyone younger than you is always going to be a little bit stupid. And to the young people who
okay.
have been alive longer than you, don't ignore every single thing they say. Sometimes the experience is helpful. Thank you.
yeah, we do have one Gen X in the group, so.
I was just saying, you're talking about me like I'm not even here.
There's one Gen X, 3 millennials.
Well, Brooks is like a
you.
Zennial. And also, I'm the very end of the millennials, or the very beginning
all 3 of the millennials
of
that
Gen
we
Z,
are
depending on who you ask.
96 to 99 would be the transition period from
I would say I kind of identify more with
Z to A.
with the millennial, or not the millennial, the Gen Z, just because like I feel like the millennial experience is much more active memories of the 90s, not just being like a 90s baby.
Right. Which is why older millennials, like all of us, Brooks, me, and Nick, all would identify more like when they say like 90s kid stuff. But my sister, who was born in 1999, you're not a millennial.
No, and I was born in 1998. No, like I am not
my Lord.
a 90s kid.
We never knew, and we were very happy not knowing.
What, that I was born in 1998?
Yeah. Call my doctor.
I'm sorry. My sister was
I need
born
my cane.
My sister was born in 2000, and she's old enough to drink.
Shut up. It's okay when I make the joke that, no, you can see the one.
Yeah.
I've been making that joke for 3 years.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm also technically in the see the one crowd, and like it's weird for me too. Like I'll hear like fully functional humans who are like, "Oh yeah, I was born in 2005." I'm like, "No, you weren't. You'd still be 3."
I think
So, like,
for every, but the
it's
thing
not
is,
that I don't have that experience. It's just fresher for me now.
for everyone who was born before 2000, like time stopped in 2008. I think we all agreed. Like that's about the last I remember. Is a few things that came out in the early
here's an
2000s.
interesting thing. My sister, her birthday is in late October. She snuck in just under the wire of the last time every human was on the planet Earth, and we didn't have anybody on the space station.
That's funny.
She got in like 3 days beforehand.
Late October in 2000.
Yeah.
My sister's late October in 99.
Whack. But yeah, no, she's I don't like to think about it either. She is she's 23. She's going to be turning 24. That's fucking horrifying.
How could we never meet your sister? Bring her to cons.
She would be miserable at a con.
Yes.
She would be miserable.
And we're all very happy people. So she would be out of place.
The reason that my TikTok account is not a cosplay TikTok account is because she is on that app and she will bully me.
I love her. I'm teasing.
I mean, she's kind of fun. I'll give her that, even when she is bullying me.
So I have an older brother who is
Oh no,
probably the harshest critic.
I'm the first pancake. Didn't turn out quite right.
Yeah. Well, I'm the middle pancake, and I guess that just means I get hit from both sides. So.
You're the one that they let burn on the griddle.
Yeah, they forgot I even was there. Yeah, no. So I was just, I have an older brother who's like my harshest critic. So I understand. I don't have him watch the show or come on the show, even though he would have awesome opinions.
Also, my sister doesn't like science fiction, like period. Yeah. That's why Brooke said she just laughed out loud at the notion of my sister at a convention.
Okay, there are other cons that are not like sci-fi or.
I can't think of a media that she is passionate enough about. Like,
Okay,
genuinely.
There's like a TikTok con. There's like a streamer con.
She wouldn't do that. She would think that was cringe.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. Here's my advice to everybody. Do not kill the part of you that cringes. Or, like, no, don't kill the part of you that is cringe. Kill the part of you that cringes.
Oh, yeah. No, I fully
Free
encourage
yourself.
the people that are enjoying themselves. Any con. Furry
Yes, I
cons.
bark laughed.
I'd pay to see that.
It's pretty good.
So, whatever your con is, I don't care. If those are your people, go be with those people.
Oh, yeah.
By all means, I think it's cringe. If you're having fun, it's not cringe.
Yeah,
And
no.
I've never walked into like a hotel and there's a convention going on and I've been like, oh, look at these assholes. I've always been like, oh, well, I'm going to my room. Because I go to cons and I don't want to be around that type of people.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is all just like, you can't get out of the city. Clearly they've been building to that.
There's a purgatory thing going on here.
Yeah,
I think
definitely that sort of vibe.
Yeah, I think they even mentioned it in the trivia.
And also
but-
like the sort of the conical nature of the strangers like dwelling, evoking kind of circles of hell like going down.
Yeah. There is definitely like a, like we said, like a Cenobite, like
Oh, 100%.
hell depths thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much credit because I don't know. Was there a book? Was this based on a
No,
book or
I don't
anything?
think so.
I don't remember seeing that it was.
No.
So I don't want to give too much credit and pretend that they were going for like a Dante's Inferno levels of hell thing, but
But also like
it's also possible. It
that's-
is very artsy.
it's very artsy, but also like even if you have the basis knowledge of like, the quote unquote classics, like even if you didn't have to take like a humanities class like in college or whatever, like the average high school English class is at least gonna touch on like the Inferno and be like, oh yeah, Circles of Hell, Hero's Journey, Plato's Cave, like the basic.
I don't even think I got any of that even in AP English that I took.
Oh, I got that in like fucking sophomore year English.
Yeah, of course. You're younger. You get better schooling. It's good.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. Jeez.
It's good. You had better school because we didn't get good school. You get good school. And now you'll have the next generation get better schooling than you. And anyone who says that's a
Only-
problem,
Only
Is the
by
problem.
my taxes, because I would be the worst parent imaginable.
oh no, I know. I meant that. I meant like the generation, not
Yes.
your generation. You don't have to be the
I'm
progenitor.
glad that I radiate that energy to the point where there is no fucking question about it.
Yeah, no. There's been 3 people in my life that this is going to come off sounding really bad. No matter what I say, it's not going to work.
What? That I should never reproduce? No, I shouldn't.
No, that's not what I was going to say. It was going to be kind of the opposite direction. Like, this is the one. This is the one. All right. So most of the time when a woman is younger that I've met, that I've encountered in my anecdotal experience in life,
You don't have to justify yourself to me,
Here
bud.
we go.
Like,
Yeah, here
our,
we go.
Our subjective experience.
they'll be like, I never want children. And I'll be like, you're 24.
Here's
of
my
course
thing.
you feel that way. But there's been 3 people in my life where I've been like,
Yeah, no.
Yeah. and so you're one of them where I just get that feeling. I'm
Well,
like,
because
yeah, it's
here-
not going to change.
because here's the thing.
You're good. You got this figured out.
I think, like, and I understand exactly what you're saying so much because, like, on the one hand, like, yeah, you should believe people. Like, you should just generally believe people when they say, like, this is what I want. However, I can understand, like, I understand why when I was 15 and said to my mom, "Oh yeah, I'm never having kids." Like,
Yeah, of course, nobody
you
takes you seriously.
fucking know what you're gonna do when you're 15. I'm 26 and I barely know.
Up until I had my first child, I really felt like I wanted 3 or 4 children.
Yeah, you live and you
At
learn.
best, 2 is what I would go for now.
You live and you fucking learn.
And I mean, like, from being a child, I was like, I could have up to like 4 or 5 children. I think that'd be really cool.
And that was the other thing.
like,
Even when I was a kid,
fuck that.
I never wanted to play house.
It's not even playing house that,
But, like, or that, like, just never. But, like, yeah, no, I totally understand why, like, when a 15-year-old is like, oh, I never want kids. Like,
I
you're
don't believe anything
15.
a 15-year-old says.
You never believe anything a 15-year-old says. Unless it's, like, them telling you that, like, they're gay or whatever, or some other, like, irrevocable fact about themselves that isn't subject to, like, your life experience.
And if it does change, it doesn't mean that you were right.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, no. But, like...
So I've had people go back on those. Go back. They change. They
Yeah.
grow. They change.
Life is fucking nuts. Don't believe most things that 15-year-olds tell you.
We are completely off of target.
You know, here's the thing, though, because I think I've said what I have to say about this, other than just, like, as this movie continues playing in front of us, I like this shot, this looks cool, this is another example of X thing that I've already
Was there
said.
anything else? I didn't see anything in the trivia that was super cool other than, like, they used some of this in The Matrix.
I thought that was, like,
That was kinda
because, I
neat.
mean, again, I was like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
that totally tracks, of
You
course.
saw that when you were, like, probably 5 or 6, and it had been 8 years old.
No, I watched it, sorry. I watched it later than that, though.
Okay. Well, that's fine, too. Like, we both saw Dark City for the first time today.
Yeah.
It's okay that we sometimes don't see things.
Oh, yeah.
Was there anybody in the cast that, like, stood out as, like, oh my gosh, they got that guy, other than
Richard O'Brien, not really.
I mean, what do you know William Hurt from?
Here's the thing, I just vaguely know the name.
Right.
I don't know if I can actually, like, recall a specific role off the top of my head, but I feel like that's because he's kind of one of those people who's been in just a ton of
10
shit.
trillion things. Well, I mean, he's 104 acting credits, but
Yeah.
they're mostly, like, serious, like,
Yeah.
drama and action drama. Mm-hmm. Oh, right. He's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Secretary of State Thaddeus Ross.
Sure.
I haven't seen any of the movies. Oh, I have seen Civil War.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
Civil War.
He's just been in so much stuff, though.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't recognize him from anything specific.
Yeah.
Oh, in the good version of Incredible Hulk, he was a general.
I've
General
never s-
Thunderbolt Ross.
I've
Wait a
never
minute.
seen that
Yeah,
version.
he's like the Hulk arch enemy, Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh.
Oh, and then they named
Sure.
him Thaddeus Ross.
Spoilers, he's the Red Hulk.
Okay, that makes sense.
I have given up on the Marvel universe.
Gave up after Iron Man 2. I've seen a few of them since then, but not many.
When I was in high school, it was just really fun to pile into someone's mom's minivan and go to the mall to see the latest fucking superhero movie.
Oh, I'm not going to fight it. When I was in high school, it was fun to pile into one of my friend's moms. So
Cut the
anyway,
feed. Cut the fucking feed.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland, everybody knows who the hell that is. Jennifer Connelly, everybody knows who the hell that is.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen them in something, but
Stand by
have
me.
you seen the Kiefer Sutherland Disney Three Musketeers?
No, I have not.
Okay. I can't remember. It's not on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Also,
remember if it's anywhere to
Disney Plus
watch.
is backing down from that lawsuit where they can legally kill you if you've ever had a free trial of Disney Plus. So that's good news.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that.
Are you aware of this story?
No.
So
one
a
got me.
man's wife tragically passed away after having a severe allergic reaction at a Disney park restaurant that was like touted for being like allergy friendly, and the thing she ordered, they had multiple times assured both of them that it did not contain the thing that she was allergic to. They were wrong. she had a severe allergic reaction and died. And the husband was trying to sue Disney, and they said, "Oh, well, no, you can't do that because you filled out when you agreed to the Disney Plus
Oh, okay. All right, I see what you're saying.
User agreement, there was a non-arbitration clause,
Yes.
and it looked like they were really, truly going to take this man to court to be like, we can legally kill your wife
So
if you've ever had a Disney Plus free trial."
this is a tough one for me. So you can't sign a piece of paper away for like doing Disney Plus that says that if you die at Disneyland, that's somehow related.
Yeah, no, like not even a little bit.
So that part, that's already out the window.
But also just the fact that
But
like,
if you have an allergy and you go out to a restaurant and they say, yeah, that particular thing doesn't have peanuts in it.
yeah, and then
And
it
you
has
go,
fucking peanuts
cool.
in it.
No. But because it's processed and worked on in a kitchen that also contains peanuts, you are the person with an allergy. You have a responsibility.
Here's the thing, I'm gonna say yes, but again, this like restaurant at the park was like, that was like, oh, this is like the place that people like, if you're a guest coming to the park and you have a food allergy, this is where you want to go, because they're super like, super careful about that,
Now, if it
etc.
contains the ingredient, that's also completely out the window, my argument. As I said, like, it's very different from like Domino's has a gluten-free crust,
Yeah.
but they tell you, same ovens, same cutting boards. This
Which-
is your choice.
Yeah, which again, that information should be provided.
Right.
But no, and they were gonna like, the husband was asking for like a reasonable death settlement for his fucking wife, and they were like, no, we're gonna take you to court for like 1 million times more like money for like
Standard corporation fare.
than we would have gotten just being like, we're so sorry.
Just remember, if this had happened in the 70s or even maybe the 80s, he would have just backed down and got nothing.
Yeah. But
Thank God this is the age of information, and we can just go, hey, this is happening.
But
And
yeah,
they go,
how fucked up
oh,
is that?
no. Yeah. I mean, if you have a deathly allergy, I'm not blaming the victim here, but if you have a deathly, like, shellfish or peanut allergy, there is no, your food does not contain this that is actually safe if there's peanuts there.
Yeah, I
or
suppose.
shellfish there, I mean, there's people with shellfish allergies that have to watch out for, it's so severe they have to watch out for what lipstick they use.
Oh no,
There
I
are
have a
celiacs that
I have a
to
friend
watch
who
out for the shampoo.
I have a friend who has a milk allergy that's so severe that she can't drink certain types of beer and wine because there's some sort of like lactose protein used in the fermentation process.
Right, see, and you wouldn't think that would be.
No, you kind of would not, but also like, come on, man, really fucking bad optics here.
Yeah.
Like horrendous, like the worst possible decision you could ever make.
So as a diagnosed celiac, I fully understand it's my responsibility. Now, I won't die,
That's the thing.
So, but I know it's my responsibility, and I take those choices when I go out to eat at a restaurant. I go, well, even the best restaurant,
I mean,
if they
I
operate
suppose.
both, that's why I take my wife to vegan restaurants when she wants specifically to have. She's a vegan, so she's a flex vegan, I will call her.
Cool.
So when I want to really take care of her, I take her to an all vegan restaurant because I know they've never had a pound of roast beef in this place.
Yeah. Like,
she is good.
Zero chance for cross contamination whatsoever.
Right.
Anyway,
This is our unstructured format. We've been in the crapshoot for most of this episode.
we have been in the crapshoot message, but again, I just
Oh, you know what I did not do, and now it's gone. It's all
Oh,
gone.
no.
You, advanced IMDb.
Yes.
Make sure there's no crossovers. We know there are. There's old white people.
Oh.
That is something I always want to touch on, and I forgot to.
as you should.
I did bad. And
You
I
search the name of the movie and then like Murder She Wrote.
yeah. So if you go to the advanced thing and then on the right you go to collaborations,
Oh wait, hold on.
just go to. Oh, you're the worst.
I am not remotely judging you
Go up
because
to the-
I too am a mess.
If you just Googled advanced collaboration, it's there. Just look, advanced IMDb, down there, advanced collaboration search.
I didn't know that was an IMDb feature. Okay, cool.
Oh, this is how I do it. Collaborations. You can either do 2 people. No, go down. You can do 2 people.
Oh.
Or you can do 2 titles.
Whoa.
Yes.
Damn, what a time to be alive.
Wait, do you guys think I'm smart?
I think you just look...
I play it really well. I do a little bit of research and find out that somebody else had the same idea as me because I'm that smart. And then you hit see results.
Because you're very smart and very sarcastic, but also sometimes a dumbass.
That's accurate. He was talking about me.
Oh, I know. I think it tracks.
Wow.
No results found.
Really?
That's so sad.
Well, because William Hurt was never trying for work. If William Hurt had been out of work for a while, he would have for sure.
Oh,
been on
100%.
Motor Hero. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
So no crossovers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry.
It's a sad day.
You hate to see it.
Also, it wasn't me gagging into the microphone this time. It was you.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you were talking about people not liking sci-fi and the fact that you're like a child.
26.
You are 16 at best.
I am simultaneously comforted by being called a child, but also, no, goddammit, being a child sucked.
Well, okay. Well, the things I miss about being a child are probably mostly because I was a white male. So, like, the world was my oyster. So if I put it under that lens, yeah, no, I don't really want to go back to being.
I mean, you kind of have like no rights, like at all.
Oh, honey, I was a white male. I had all the rights.
I know, but like when you're like a small child, you're still like dragged
yeah.
everywhere and told to constantly do things that you don't want to do, and people like don't listen to you.
So see, your parents and my parents were very different. I had agency, and I teach my child agency, and he does the things he wants to do. And
You were never forced to eat your vegetables?
Oh, God, no. They put cheese on them, and I would like them. And also, I liked a lot of vegetables. So does my kid.
I fucking hate peas so much.
I like peas with cheese.
I cannot tell you the number of
Peas with
times
butter.
that was like the vegetable side dish in my household
Yeah,
on that
so-
particular night, and that was that.
Just don't eat it. But if you don't eat all of your dinner, you don't get a dessert.
But then I would have gotten in trouble. There was
No, I don't get in trouble, but it's just like you just don't get the dessert. You didn't eat all of your dinner, so you don't get the reward of a dessert. Okay. I hate carrots enough, whatever, to not eat them, so I will not be doing that, and I forfeit cake for that.
I suppose.
I made a bargain with, and that's how it worked.
I guess.
And so with my child, it's the same thing. We put things out, and he eats what he
Jazz
wants.
cigarettes.
What's a jazz cigarette
What
other
do you
than...
think a jazz cigarette is?
Oh,
You need an explanation for a jazz cigarette?
probably because I've had a little bit too much jazz cigarette.
Oh God, Brooks, was it at your house with Zach where I said that I had jazz cigarettes on me? I think it was. Just remembering that now.
Oh, here we go. Hey Boots chiming in.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Honestly, I was going to claim I am nothing like I was as a child. Homeschooled and hated leaving the house rather than do things around the house.
It was
Now I
that.
have moved out and nothing else changed. So 1998, I guess, still a child.
Sure, why not? What thoughts do we have about our next episode, Bestie? It's your turn.
It is my turn.
Do your
and
worst.
You threw me for a loop here because, well, I gotta thank Kyle for this because I actually enjoyed this so much.
I liked this a lot too.
I know we only gave it, in the 6s, but like, that's actually good.
I mean,
That's the
yeah,
hard thing about
you're above a 50%.
critically reviewing something, like taking it honestly.
And,
Is
like,
you have to.
that's the thing.
6 is good.
You also do have to, you have to recognize flaws, but like the watching experience was still really enjoyable for me. So like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Right, but I just mean like when someone like with customer service when they're like, you have to give me a 10 or it's bad.
That's bullshit.
That sucks.
That's total bullshit. No, there needs to be room for nuance. There is so much difference between.
How do I rate you versus me as an employee if you were good and I was great, or vice versa?
There's so much room between. They could have worked on some
Will
stuff.
not wait 2 weeks to choose. Actually, thank you.
Yeah, but there's so much difference between absolute masterpiece. Every single thing about it was perfect. But And, really interesting idea. I'm glad that I watched it, but it had some flaws. Like,
Right.
there's so much room between there. Again, the
And
whole,
that's
like,
where-
if it's not a 10, it's bad. You're so wrong.
Right. Like, and that's how I honestly rate things. So this is a 6. That's great.
And also,
7s,
just
8s,
there are
9s, that's
there
rare.
are again the fact that we have our sort of 2-scale system that we do. There are personal 10s where I'm aware that it's a fucking 4.
Yeah, and we have to take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And even add a third rating system, which we sometimes do, where I'm like, for me, this is a 5.
No, I 100% said that. Like when you were talking about like Event Horizon, when I was talking about Doctor Who, I was like, listen, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I just have such an emotional attachment to this movie.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, like, this actually was
Yeah,
good enough.
I had a great time.
I would love to do something that I haven't seen and you haven't seen again, just to keep that trend going for right now.
I'm
but I
very
don't
down for
have
that.
anything. We
See,
could do
Kyle
the one that I had
had
suggested
other
many
things
weeks
on a
ago
list.
that you were somewhat concerned with because of some of the trigger warnings, but I don't think they're actually as prevalent. It's just like one of those, like it does.
They make a weird joke.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Is it'll be like a one-time, maybe not even remotely on screen, other than in conversation.
I mean, I'm gonna say that's your call because I was the one tapped for this show by you.
I just don't want you to be uncomfortable.
No, I'm not gonna be uncomfortable.
And if we watch this movie and we're like, nah, I'll pick something else. Okay, so I want to do something neither of us has seen.
No, I'm. You have no idea how much weird fucking shit I've sat through as like even a person who just had a minor in film in school.
Okay, so I want to do A Boy and His Dog,
Yeah, okay, that's
which
fine.
is like a 70s sci-fi post-apocalypse where the dog can telepathically talk with the
Yes, you did bring this up.
teenage-
I remember the conversation.
Yeah, there was one trigger warning where we're like, oh.
We were like, I don't know if this will get us flagged or not.
But I've read general synopsis. I don't want to get too much into it. Like, it
Here's the thing:
ruin the
if
movie
you
for myself.
if you in general think it's good, I'm fine with doing it.
I absolutely think we're going to be fine. And
Okay.
like I said, even if it happens like on screen, it won't be so pivotal that we have to even talk about it during the episode.
Okay, yeah,
We can just be like, nah,
I can
that's
absolutely-
not for us.
I can rock with that.
I mean,
No,
there's
I'm fine
definitely
with
things
that.
if we watched movies we enjoy that we'd have to be like, I'm not going to mention this graphically in detail during the episode.
Stares in Eraserhead.
Yeah, just like pick any horror movie with a sexual element.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not going to talk about that.
It's just not the place.
So if that comes up, we will do Mars Attacks.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since like early 2000s.
Oh my god, it's so fun. I love that movie.
But I want to do A Boy and His Dog.
All right, yeah, sure. I'm totally down with that.
So I think that'll be good. Other than that, what do you have going on?
I need to find a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I had to just do the online thing.
No, like my meds aren't working anymore.
I could see that being a problem because
not great.
I remember pre-meds and then meds, and it's like I remember yelling at some of my friends, being like, "You didn't tell me this was possible, and I blame you."
Yeah, no, they've gone down in their effectiveness recently, and I
Yeah.
would like to get that handled because it's
Unfortunately.
really not ideal.
That is a thing that happens over time with those.
Other than that, I'm going to see Steel Panther on September 1st, so that's going to be fun, and I'm going to dress like a fucking whore.
I mean, man or woman, all people should be dressed like horse at a Steel Panther concert.
Yeah,
it just seems right.
Exactly. And then I'm going to go see Powerwolf on September 13th.
Okay,
I fucking
that's
love
not.
I love Powerwolf.
I wouldn't buy a ticket.
I'm not even going to judge you for that, but I have never been at a first metal concert I ever went to, Powerwolf. Thank you guys.
Oh.
But also, like, it's so fun. Like, everyone there is just having so much fucking fun. Like, childlike glee. It's delightful.
My first concert of any kind was a metal concert.
My
It
first
was
concert of any kind was the Jonas Brothers.
Lamb of God and Killswitch
No,
Engage.
it was the Jonas Brothers and Hannah Montana.
Someone else.
I like Killswitch Engage.
And I had just come back from the most intense army training I'd ever had. and the flashing lights and the fake smoke, the smell of it, literally put me into PTSD moments where like I had to close my eyes and look down.
Oh my
And my
God.
friends would just like hold my shoulders. Nick was there. He took me to that one.
I'm so sorry.
And like that was a rough time for me. Like the smell of fake smoke used to be so bad because of the training of like, so you'd have these like demolished buildings. And we
Oh,
could
I'm sure.
crawl
Yeah, my
through them,
stupid ex-boyfriend
through
was in the
rubble.
Air Force.
And like they'd have the fake smoke. So like fake smoke smell is worse than a real fire to me. I would run into a real fire to save somebody. If there was fake smoke, I'd probably
Fuck
be like,
that.
I'm good.
I cannot even blame you.
I'm better now, but like back then it was a problem.
Oh, I could 100% imagine. But no, Powerwolf is so much fucking fun, man.
I mean, I might enjoy the show. It's just not something, like I said, if someone was going, they're like, I've got tickets, I'd be like, I'll go.
That's the thing. I go
to so few shows that I pay for.
I'll kind of go to anything if it's not too expensive, but like I was kind of ambivalent about seeing Amon Amarth opening for Ghost. I was like, oh
Fair.
yeah, that'd be cool or whatever. But then as soon as I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, like that'll be kind of fun. But then I got there and heard someone doing that TM live. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, okay.
So for me, that's like, I trust Ghost. If Ghost has picked people to open for them, that's fine. To this day, I still don't like Volbeat.
I kind of fuck with Volbeat,
But it's
man.
fine. It's fine. If it comes on, I don't turn it off anymore. Because I'm like, all right, I saw him live. And if it's good enough for Papa, it's good enough for me.
You're so right. When do you think we're going to get our Papa V reveal?
I don't know.
My money is on at the end of the summer because when the summer dies, severing the ties, etc., etc.
I could see waiting for the new year and doing
Also
like a
that-
rebirth thing.
That I'm torn between that and like
Like
Homeboy giving us something
end
to
of Star
something to go fucking insane for during spooky season.
I don't see that actually. I don't see them vibing on that. I see them waiting for the new year thing.
I could also see that.
A whole new cycle, a
God,
whole
I
new
fucking
year.
need it.
And then everybody's got all their Christmas money to go buy CDs and tickets and merch.
Have you heard the features
they're
of
nothing
Foreign
to
Land yet?
No.
I need that song injected into my fucking veins.
That's a choice. I haven't heard
And
the song.
It is not one. It is not a choice that I will back down from. That and fucking Euclid by Sleep Token, just directly into my artery.
Oh my god, that folk version of Sleep Token.
Oh,
was
this
so
the
good.
bluegrass summoning. That was
Yeah.
pretty baller, I will say.
I do like again, like this is a mashup. I like mashups.
Mm-hmm.
There's Y'alternative.
Nick was talking about his alternative playlist.
Yeah, I've been doing Y'alternative. I've there's a couple really good people, but Secret Tree.
Oh, you
Fort
know what
has
weird
some
mashup
albums.
I really kind of fuck with? Flesh God Apocalypse, that like operatic metal shit they've got going on.
Operatic metal is actually the one I don't care for opera. So if it gets
Fascinating.
too operatic.
So
I'm
what
like,
about so what about symphonic metal then?
symphonic metal's fine.
Do you fuck with Lorna Shore?
I probably have.
Because that's
will,
like that's
and
what I
do.
would class as symphonic deathcore.
Yeah. But like you get into things like Nightwish, and I'm just like,
Nightwish. Here's the thing. I only like Nightwish.
probably a good show.
I only like Nightwish with Fleur Jansen.
But even so, like it's probably a good show, but it's not a good listen.
Yeah.
And that's why I want something that I listen to regularly, and then also like that's Ghost for me. I listen to them regularly, and then I go to the show, go to mass, and have a good time. If it's something I'm only going to have a good time because of the show, I'm not interested.
I don't know if that makes it not worth it for me. Is my hot take.
That's
Like
okay.
sometimes I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it once.
Yeah, so you've got that going, the Powerwolf thing. That got us on a total tangent. We're really ADHD.
Yeah, this
We
is
are bad.
we're doing great. No, but I got Steel Panther, Powerwolf. I think that's really kind of. I went berry picking today.
Berry picking.
Yeah,
That's a stark change.
I went to Kyle and I went on a little date to Bowman Orchards and we did blueberry
Cute.
and raspberry picking and it was delightful.
That's right behind. anyway, a house that I've been to. It's
I
neither
used-
here nor there.
Yeah, I used to dog sit out in that region. Anyway,
Um,
so I did that, and as far as other things I have coming up, not a shit. I mean, again, I just have other concerts that I'm going to in October and November, but
all I have going on, Regrettable Reviews does have a store up on tcgplayer.com
Oh,
where
no
I'm selling my
shit.
Magic and my wife's Pokemon cards.
hell yeah, so go check that shit out.
I will say a couple of times I have been wrong about my conditioning. I am not a professional.
Oh, of
so
the
if
cards?
If I condition the card, I'm happy to help you out. You know, it's not a big deal. It's not intentional. I'm just dumb.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. This is the, that's how I am kind of with my vinyl, like, because something, I'm like, I took it out of the package, yeah, but I've played it once. Like, you know?
Yeah. So, like, what is that? I would say near mint.
I
Somebody else might be like, it's not.
I call that's mint as far as I'm fucking concerned.
It's and actually, by technical conditioning rules, we'd both be right. It's a whole separate thing.
It's whatever.
Yeah. So we've got that.
I want to plan the first whatever happens for sometime in the near future.
As you touch on that, I'm going to touch on something else.
Hit me with it.
This just got a different rating. Saturday, producer Chris from this show, Big Dumb Monster Chris from the other shows, is going to be in Friday. I'm sorry, Tampa Bay.
Friday and Sunday.
Friday and Sunday, he'll be in Tampa Bay.
Go see your boy.
Comic-Con. He's got some panels coming up. They're very cool. Did you see what I linked during our episode yesterday?
No.
You said that you did the promo video for it, for your panel, or something.
Oh, I made the my panels on the
You made a promo for
on
it,
the
right?
poster. No, I didn't make it. I'm
Oh,
on the,
you said that you did some kind of promo for it. So I went to YouTube and I got Rebecca Black's Friday.
Incredible.
I grabbed the link for it and I said, "Here's a link to the promo Chris made."
Oh no, I did a promo on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, "Here's Chris's promo," because he's on Friday. And it made me giggle.
Yeah.
To make
I
people watch
updated
Friday.
I updated the FWF link tree today to make sure that all of our like feeds, all of our like our contacts are cross feeding into each other.
It should be. I turned all of our announcement channels on Discord. You know what I'm saying? They're
You
all
turned them
announcements.
to okay, cool. So then I can put that in the Fighting with Friends Discord.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's happening Friday through Sunday.
Wait,
Chris is off.
Brooks, we're doing Gogo Bordello. When did that happen?
And why wasn't I invited?
I'm down if we're all going.
Fucking Gogol Bordello?
They're at Empire Live. Get your fucking tickets.
When is it?
September. Brooks, help.
Oh my god, September? Ugh.
Don't be a bitch.
I'll try. But I'm kind of a bitch.
Girl, when is it? Help me.
There's a delay, and the delay is very problematic. When, yes, we're asking for a date!
September 10th.
September 10th. Oh my god, that's more time between that and Powerwolf than I thought. Yes, we're fucking doing this.
That's more time between that and Rocky Horror for me.
Yeah, no. Get your tickets. We're fucking going.
I'm gonna try.
I didn't know that you had officially decided to, like, move around the college classes that you teach in order to make that happen.
It's Gogol Bordello.
No, I mean, she's so fucking right. I just didn't know that that decision had been made.
So this weekend, Tampa Bay. Next weekend is the inaugural episode on Saturday of... Are we announcing it?
I'm down for it. Let's do it. Let's make
do
it official.
The inaugural episode of a new show, Drunk and Disorderly, starring Chris from Big Dumb Monsters and me as respectively drunk and disorderly.
I love it.
We have no set schedule.
Sometimes I'm going to feature as and.
Exactly. Well, no, actually, you won't be and. This is what's important. This is
Wait, do
gonna
I
be
get
so
a
fun.
name? Oh my god, have I been liked enough to get a nickname?
You all will have names. Everyone that guests on the show, which will be random people because we have no set schedule, no set guest list, no set topic. We're going to go to the bar.
Enjoy the bar.
Enjoy the bar.
And then come
back here, drunk and disorderly, and occasionally... We had one for her, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh my
God
god,
damn
you
it.
had one for me? I'm going to cry.
Disheveled.
Disheveled. Drunk and disorderly and occasionally disheveled. Anyone who comes on will get their own D name because you're all a bunch of Ds to us. and we'll just talk whatever the hell we want to talk about, which is kind of what we do on our show anyway.
Yes, that's man, that's gonna be overshare hour.
Yeah, that's the point.
Whew, to an insane degree.
Yeah, because we're going to go to the bar first. I
Wait,
wanna be
hold
clear
on.
this.
Disheveled was your idea? We're gonna have a talk.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
It was her.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, credit where credit. I just knew we
To
had
be
done
fair,
it
we were probably drunk and disorderly at the time.
at the time.
Did I witness this happen in the group chat
It
and
was for
not
sure in the group chat.
respond to it?
So, this Saturday will be the Friday through Sunday featuring of Chris in Tampa Bay, but next Saturday, I at least will be going with Chris to the Scaritage and having myself a good time.
I will not be able to do this until October when my schedule goes back to normal, but
That's fine.
I will fucking be there.
It's okay. But that's our new show that
We were
we're
sitting
featuring.
at the same table when I sent it in the group chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
tracks.
She was here at the time.
We enjoyed some things even after the con.
I don't need to know about your life.
Stop. I had a therapist make uncomfortable comments to me about the fact that I have a friend who's a woman because I'm
That's
bisexual.
lame. That's lame.
No, we're keep it going. Keep it going.
Well, Chris's pants are down.
You fucker.
Like I said, that's lame. I have friends that are guys and girls. You have friends that are guys and girls. Girls have friends that are guys.
Yeah, and I had a
It's-
therapist make weird comments about it.
Well, that's not a very good therapist.
No, that's
He
why I
needs a
don't see
therapist.
her anymore.
Yeah, she needs a therapist. See, I just assumed it was a guy with that attitude.
Yeah, unpack
And that's
that.
my fault. That was
That's dude
sexist
shit right
there.
there.
Yeah. That is pretty dude shit, yeah. It was a safe bet, you got to admit.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's what we have coming up. Other than that, hit up the link tree for Big Dumb Monsters so we can check out all their episodes. It's linktr.ee
Fuck, yes.
/Big
The
Dumb Monsters.
Yes, the network link tree is now in the Fighting with Friends, and once we get things a little more cohesive branding.
Have a website. I just haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, once we get
I
things a
have
little more
started to do
cohesive branding wise for Regrettable Reviews, which by the way, I'm gonna draft some stuff for that just because
Yeah.
I feel like it.
Do you want to throw out like a logo or something to throw up on TeePublic that we could do that as
No,
well?
I have.
Let's do it,
I
yeah.
have plans because I've been thinking about this. I am gonna attempt some branding for our show here, Regrettable Reviews, and for our freeform, whatever happens, happens. When that happens.
See, I like that we now have two open-ended shows that we can just kind of like, I'm bored.
Yeah,
Are
fuck it,
you
let's
doing
do
anything?
this.
As long as one other person is available, just show up.
Let's
And
just
that's
do it,
and
yeah.
here's the thing, that's a decent combination of people because Brooks doesn't even have to physically be here.
Yeah. There was always that wild card.
Fuck it. Tap somebody from wherever. No, I'm so here for this. So I'm going to work on branding for those two things. So that's another thing to just kind of keep a vague eye out for. And also, Fighting with Friends should probably do TeePublic as well. Because Brooks has made me a t-shirt with her...
What's the worst that happens? If you don't sell shirts, you don't sell shirts.
Yeah, Brooks has made me a t-shirt with her Cricut, and it turned out lovely. So I think if we could just transfer the vague design idea to the net...
Watch out for that copyright infringement. You got to go with the things like us, with the non-copyright infringing kaiju kid.
I love it.
Some kind of nuclear dinosaur, the cowboy hat?
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
know who that is. Not copyright infringing.
You're so right.
Brooks is going to be disoriented when she joins.
Yeah, that
I
tracks.
love that for you.
That definitely tracks.
I think that's it that we got going on.
That sounds about right.
Well, oh, sorry.
We
Tomorrow and Thursday. What's up?
still are. We have to plan this. Big Dumb Monster of the Week. It will be coming in some.
Oh,
format.
that's true. Big Dumb Monster of the Week is going to be a D&D campaign at some point. I think on Sundays.
Okay.
We're just waiting for details on that.
Fighting with Friends tomorrow on going out from the network Twitch account, Big Dumb Monsters, and then our personal Twitch stream on Thursday. Brooks and I are still just doing really chill streams, hanging out, playing Fallout, kind of just talking about whatever comes to mind, or frankly just sort of sitting there and both doing a thing. So if you want to do a thing while watching other people do a thing and occasionally talking, we're your girls. And then September for the Fighting with Friends Twitch stream is looking like another theme movie month, but we're still deciding
Nice.
on what that is. It might be another curated by Kyle with different categories, but we're still going to see on that. Then October is going to be horror movies until the final season of What We Do in the Shadows starts airing, and then we're just going to see that through to its conclusion.
Okay.
So there's a vague Fighting with Friends stream schedule.
If I could push for our October schedule to be horror themed,
Oh, 100%.
I feel like that's fair.
We're going to be doing horror movies anyway until, because like What We Do in the Shadows starts like the end of October.
Okay.
So we were just going to do that. We were going to do horror movies
No, I
until
meant
then
for
anyway.
Regrettable Reviews.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So,
100%. There's some great sci-fi horror out there that's on my list.
Right. Like, we did Event Horizon as our first episode.
Yeah.
So, like, we definitely know it exists.
Yeah. So things to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah. And then in November, we are all going to be at Saratoga Comic-Con.
We're all going to be at Saratoga Comic-Con. We've also got our Rocky Horror Picture Show special in
that's
October.
Yep. I
And-
forgot about that.
Maybe I'm working another network movie night. Cuckoo didn't work out, but
Were we just talking?
We'll get there.
Oh, Go Gorbadell. That's not really a thing. More of a what happens, happens.
yeah, that's more of a what happens, but hey, it could still happen. But yeah, probably another network movie night at some point, just because that was fun as fuck. And I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's,
We covered a lot of bases tonight. I'm proud of us.
yeah. We didn't give up. We never surrendered. Oh my God. tell
Yap
me you get that.
hours. What? Never give up, never surrender?
Never give up. Never surrender.
Yeah. I
feel like you don't.
think I do.
I feel like you don't.
I could be wrong.
You're definitely going to watch it if it's Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I think you just picked the next movie.
We already did. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
The Boy and His Dog.
I've seen Galaxy Quest. Jesus.
It came out when you were 1.
yeah, exactly.
My bad.
You want? Have you not seen a movie that's older than you before?
I've seen many, but there's a lot of them that you're like, oh, that is.
Yeah, the weird consequence of having been both like sheltered and not sheltered as a child. Because I was like 6, and they were like, "Yeah, fuck it, Indiana Jones," but then
Fair.
I was not allowed to do a
Lot
lot
of
of
Star Wars
things.
for me, yeah. Fair. So that's it for us for this week. I guess we'll leave you with our general advice, which is
Don't shake alien eggs. Leave them alone.
Dale got to come up with something for me.
He'll get there
Don't go
eventually.
to a portal, you know.
I don't know. Sometimes the portal's good.
Solar alien eggs sometimes.
No.
Okay, just saying. Anyway, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.